Okay, YouTube, welcome back. We get the white pieces for today's video, which of course can only mean one thing, and that is e4. Our opponent plays at e5, so we play knight to f3, and we get a Philidor defense. So I like to just completely rip everything open because, well, taking the center can only be a good thing, is my logic. So we're just going to completely trade everything off in the middle of the board. And now our opponent plays h6. So in this Philidor exchange variation, I have actually analysed this, and the move h6 I think is actually the best move, which is very, very strange. It doesn't look like it should be, but it's because this was played against me, and I thought, h6, what the hell, surely I can punish that, but how is that good? But it's actually just completely fine, I think. And I think I just continue my development. I think I probably could just castle now, actually. And if they push, I can just take and like sort of rook e1, but they don't. They are not falling for any shenanigans today. Let's just develop our bishop. And now I'm really not sure what it is I'm meant to do. Perhaps just lift the queen, and you know, maybe there's some ideas of sacrificing at some stage if we could get our knight on f5 as well. Unfortunately, I think it would just be taken pretty immediately. But that is okay. Maybe our bishop now can drop back. This looks very natural, actually. And then maybe push at some stage, despite the fact that you can take, because I then may just sacrifice. So sort of like takes, and then queen takes. And then if we push this pawn, we could really open up our bishop and cause some real damage. But is that the best play possible? I'm not entirely sure. I don't see how this could possibly be bad. Other than the potential of a move like bishop to g5. So maybe if my knight comes back to f3 first, just to defend this square, this could now be an option potentially. This could now potentially be an option. However, they do go on the offense, and that's a little bit scary. We don't want our opponent to be able to go on the offense here. This, and then we are in fact losing in exchange. So potentially now just like rook e1. Nah, I don't like it. I really don't like it. Maybe king h1. Just so if you do take and I take, my rook is then ready to go on to g1. It's a very weird move, and there's no way Stockfish likes it in the slightest. But I quite like the idea of just completely having this open file now. And if you want to take, that's absolutely fine, sir, because I will just recapture with my queen. And then I'm threatening just to take, right? I mean, I feel like this has to be somewhat good. It just sort of has to be. I won't take no for an answer here. Can I now push? And if you go here, well then I wouldn't really be entirely sure what I'm meant to do. Could I potentially double stack here? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I could drop back and then go here. It feels very passive, doesn't it? Rerouting my knight like this. It does feel very passive. However, I think it could be the play. I think knight e2 could be the play. Okay? I've probably just missed some insane tactic where I take the bishop and go into a guacamole gambit, but I don't really have the brain power currently. Now if I push, you just go here. And then I could push again, completely blocking out your light squared bishop, and then my rook can infiltrate. Which would be quite interesting, I feel like. And you might play here at some stage, but then, you know, en passant surely. If you were to ever go here. See, now, surely I'm just taking, right? Surely I'm double stacking first, though, right? Surely I double stack. I mean, it would be rude not to double stack here, surely, right? This just has to be the play. It just simply has to be. Now, you are threatening to take. However, I don't think I'm scared of that, because I'll just take back with the pawn and set up a nice little connect free. So we're going to ignore everything our opponent is doing, and we're just going to attack. They do take. Now, I'm going to recapture. I'm going to recapture. I'd so love to play here. And if you take... or would I then just be able to take here? And we just would have so much pressure, wouldn't we? It would just be an overwhelming amount of pressure. I'm going to play h4. If you take, I take. And we just have so much pressure. Okay, they capture my bishop. Hello there. Now this is very scary, right? But they moved the king. That's very normal looking. Can I now bring my knight potentially? Because look at this for an outpost for the knight, or even here. I mean, bringing the knight looks very natural. It does look very natural. I think we're going to bring our knight. We could even go here, man. And this is just an overwhelming amount of pressure. Because if I go here, I mean, do you have to like bring your queen? Sorry, it just looks quite scary. So I'm actually going to play knight h5. I don't think this has been the most high level game in the world, guys, but it's been pretty fun. It's been pretty fun, and that is about all that matters. Like, I'm just threatening to take. They do put the queen there. Surely I can win a queen now, right? Just with check. You take. I then take again with check. Like, surely we just win the queen here. Surely. I mean, I'm losing 13 points of material. My opponent's losing 14. It feels like a bit of a no-brainer here. Or, well, I took a pawn, actually, so they're losing 15 points of material. We capture the queen, guys. Now, what is the best plan of action here on out? That's the question. That is the question. I'm thinking a move like queen c5, because it threatens to take the pawn for 1. It also threatens to infiltrate here, which looks really quite scary. Because, like, we block this already. I think queen c5 is a beautiful move. I really do. I think it's a beautiful move. And you sort of have to defend this. But if you do defend it, then I give a check and win the bishop anyway. And if you don't defend it, I can take, you can move your rook, but then I give a check, winning the rook. Like, queen c5 is just such a layered, gorgeous, beautiful move. I'm not really seeing what our opponent does. Also, guys, if you're enjoying these live commentary games, please like and subscribe. I'd be so grateful. I would be so grateful. Especially if you've made it this far. Clearly we have a connection, a bond, if you will. What? Okay, they just completely sacrificed the bishop. Okay, well, I'm going to take the bishop. Okay, shoot me. I just didn't really feel like I had much of a choice. Okay, we're still cutting off black's king. Okay, they do, in fact, move. Potentially looking to deal some damage. However, I can take this pawn with check, and you have to go backwards. And so we're going to do just that. We're going to do just that. We're going to take this pawn with check, and we are currently up 5 points of material, which is absolutely astounding. Where does our opponent go now? Okay, they of course retreat. Now, what is the play? Am I particularly worried about this check? Not even a little bit. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Not even a little bit. I think it would be more worthwhile my opponent's time them sort of playing to rook to e2 and looking to pick up some pawns as some form of counterplay and hoping that they can potentially push their own pawns. But this looks extremely forcing. I force your rook away, and now I'm just going to go round up everything, right? This feels extremely logical. If you go here, I just go here and there's no more checks. Okay, game has been abandoned. That's interesting. We're going to jump straight into game review, guys, because we like to see how we got on the channel. Probably not overly well. 86, that's not too bad. There was no blunders. There was one mistake, though. Okay, we're gonna go through this game pretty in depth. So, we get a Philidor. This is all very normal. This exchange variation and h6. Okay, it's not the best move. I was lying, but it is definitely a line. It's in the top 3, right? I swear I've seen it on this. Okay, potentially not. Maybe I just made that up then. I short castle, bishop e7, all very normal, bishop e3. So I was just sort of developing. Knight h7, wow, it just wants knight to e2. Interesting, the c knight to e2, that is. I go knight f3, and then king h1. This is the best move. Do you know how insane that is? That is wild. That's wild that king h1 is the best move. Am I secretly a 2500 GM? Potentially. Okay, and I'm just not telling you guys. That's potential for that. Bishop to g5, rook g1. I mean, this just looks great now. It just wants f4. I didn't play f4. Brought my knight over and then played f4. They go back. f5. Just completely blocking this light squared bishop. Honestly, this is gorgeous. Bishop g5. Hang on, what does it want? Oh my god, it wants f4. Blocking both my bishops, but you have to go here and then just rook g4? Oh, it actually wants rook g6. Oh no, if you let it load, it wants rook g4. Because now no matter where you go, you've lost your bishop. I didn't see this. I kind of forgot I had another pawn here. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I played rook to g2. We still have a large advantage, so it's not that drastic. Double stacks, takes. And then we go h4. They recapture. I take king h7. Knight jumps towards f4. d5 is a mistake because of knight h5. This just looks so good, man. And then we take the queen. Queen c5. Oh, it wants queen to g3 check. I guess this is another way of just infiltrating, really, isn't it? Like, if you stay on this rank, that would just be absolutely brutal. Because we're going to go here, you're going to go here, and then I'm going to go here. And if you go here, I just then give a check. That's insane. But we play queen c5. Still regarded as quite a good move. This is the best move. I guess because it allows you to keep your rook on the board. And after takes, king g8, and queen to d7, they resign. Because, well, what do they even have here? Like, it kind of wants this. But, like, why would you ever play this? Why would you play this? Do I not then just go here, and then no matter where you go, I just have this, right? And like I wonder if I could actually just completely trade this off and still just be completely winning. Yeah, it's still just completely winning because I'm just up a pawn. And I've got this pawn which is about to fly. I'd have to absolutely lob my king up the board though. That would be terrifying. I of course would not do that. But guys, we're going to jump straight into another game. Oh my god, guys, do you know what I've just realised? I've completely left the text as the exact same this whole video. Sorry, I need to change that. That is my mistake. We go with Chess Moron for our live games. That's because I just recorded a completely different video. That's completely my bad, guys. We get the white pieces though for this game. God, I actually apologise for that. That was really, really bad of me. Knight c3, attack the queen. This is the main line of the Scandinavian. So we play d4, we prepare our dark square bishop. Holy moly, they go for this like counter attack. This looks quite terrifying. If I go here and you push, I'm not a big fan of that actually. I've never seen this before, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Is just bishop e3 the move? That looks kind of insane. I feel like bishop e3 must be the move, surely. If you take, I just recapture. This does look really quite insane though, doesn't it? This looks absolutely wild. Do I now go here? I guess not, because then you could go here. So maybe I have to pin my queen. This looks very uncomfortable though. Takes, I take with the pawn, because I don't really want to trade queens in this position. This does look absolutely wild, but I think we can ask a question of the bishop very quickly. Okay, they just opt to take. I'm going to recapture with my b pawn. I want to keep the queens on the board. Okay, they recapture. Now I could recapture like this, and my pawn structure is completely fixed. And that's probably a good idea, but then we do trade queens. But I am ahead in development, so I think that's probably my best bet. Probably my best bet. They might not want to trade queens because they are a little behind in development. Okay, they just completely hang their queen. So we're of course going to capture their queen. No issues there. Why would they play this counter-attacking sort of gambit if they have no idea what's going on? I actually played a mistake. Wow. Yeah, wow. I think potentially bishop e3 was not overly accurate. Is what I'm going to guess. Yeah, bishop e3 was not overly accurate. I really was considering this, but then I got a bit scared of this. And I could have just jumped forwards, of course I could have. But then, I don't know, it just feels like I'm about to get absolutely lobbed about, but I always have knight c4, right? Wow, there's such a cool tactic here. This is so cool. Oh no, that would not work, would it? No, that would not work. Never mind, because there's a knight. That is not a cool tactic at all. Oh my god, it's queen over here! This is a ploy. You have to block and then I take and then you take. Hang on. Would I even take the rook? Can I not just go here? Do I lose all advantage here? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, guys, we're going to jump into game number 3. Okay, black pieces for game number 3. Our opponent plays d4. Interesting. Let's go for d5. Do we get to play a Slav? That's the question. No, because everyone loves the London so much, man. I actually really struggle against the London, I'm not going to lie. I love this c5 line though. Just like immediately challenging the centre. That's a bit scary, but I think we can just go ahead and take, and then probably just get our light squared bishop out. I feel like maybe even knight here is probably an option for them. Actually, no, I don't feel that way. They recapture with the queen. I could probably now just go here. Because if you take, I can take. Or maybe take with the queen. It's a bit more forcing. But obviously, you can't take with the queen. Like, your queen needs to move. If you take, I would just take. Your queen needs to move. And you can't capture this pawn with the queen because I'd just take like this. We also have ideas of like this check, which look pretty good. And if you go here, then potentially knight here would look pretty cool, I feel like. Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of this position now, because I'm going to go here. If you take, I'll go here. I think. Okay, I'm thinking just bishop here anyway. If you go here, 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 here. Yeah, it's not as pleasant as maybe I made it out to be. However, can we now launch an attack? I'm thinking we can. I mean, we've sort of stuck with this the whole video, just attacking, okay? That's the play. If you take, I take. Your queen needs to move, basically, is what I'm telling you now. Your queen needs to move, sir. But where to is the question. I mean, I think this square d4 looks really enticing for you. You know, if you want to go to d4, that's absolutely fine. They don't want to. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Castling is probably an option, right? You got to think castling is probably an option. It's got to be an option. Castling simply must be an option. However, queen to f6 does look pretty good, right? It does look pretty enticing. I'm thinking queen f6. This looks pretty. This is making me rather happy. I think this is making me quite happy. I think. I could be wrong on this front. But I just think we have ideas of like takes, push, takes, I take. You know? Like just something along those lines. Like takes, now can I push? And you're kind of forced into taking. Because like your knight is pinned. So now I push. If you take, you lose your bishop though. So it's just a very uncomfortable position. Yeah, now I just take the bishop. This is still pinned. This has been a masterclass of a video, by the way. I'm never this good against 1500s. But this has been an absolute masterclass. Okay, the bishop steps forwards. Is that not just a big mistake? Is that not a mistake? Because I'm going to go here. I feel like I'm just picking everything up. They give a check. Okay. Okay. I may have blundered. No, because I can block like this. So we're absolutely fine, right? Let's say I just block like this and you take. Do I have anything? I guess I could go here. Oh, wait. You can't actually take this bishop because of this check. Oh my god, I'm so blocking like this, and you're so taking, and I'm so forking your king and queen. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I've never been so happy. I have never been so happy. Where's your queen going, by the way? Like, all of these squares are blocked. You have to go the whole way back. My word. My word, that's not very pleasant, is it? That's just not what you wanted. That is not what you wanted. So I could take, and you could take, and then I could take. But there must be something better, right? There just must be something better. That's what they say in chess, isn't it? If you find a good move, look for a better one. But I can't, other than taking. Also, I just kicked my camera. I'm sorry if I'm shaking, I should say. Let's say I just castle. Don't see an issue with it. Maybe I could drop my bishop back. No, I think castle. Let's castle. I'm going to castle. You can't go here. I think you need to castle, and then my bishop is going to drop back, right? Or my bishop could drop back here, and then you have to move your king over, right? Because otherwise I'm going to give a double check. Let's just go here. Let's just go here. You have to move your king now, surely. Like, it's very scary, this position, it feels like. Now, can I drop back here? And if you go here... I don't really know, actually. then I guess I'd drop back like this. Yeah, I really like this, in all honesty. I really, really like this. I'm going to drop back here. I don't particularly think we're playing overly accurately, because I'm not really putting much thought into anything. But, like, I know you can take, but then do I not just take? And it's just completely crushing, right? Is this not just completely crushing? Because like, if you go here, I go here. If you go here, I just take. You take. And I guess I'm not actually up as much material as I would have been. So yeah, this is where I've gone wrong. I didn't see that either. I did not see that. Which isn't good. Yeah, that's not good. Interesting. We've completely gone wrong, which is not ideal. Let's just go here. That's a bit annoying, I'm not going to lie. That is a bit annoying. I guess we could play here and like cement our bishop in the center, open this up. Things do still look scary for white, but we've not played as accurately as what we should have done. We were up so much. And it feels like we have bottled it, guys. We have thrown it all away. But that is okay. I'm hoping it's not too big a deal. But we shall see. What is our opponent thinking of playing? Project Redemption. That name does seem very fitting, considering that I was up so much and now I'm, well, not up so much. So here looks pretty good, annoyingly. In which case I would likely go here, right? Yeah, I think we're probably just fine. Like, I can still go here, bring my rooks over to the centre. Things are not looking overly pretty for our opponent still. So I'm not overly worried just yet. But that could all very much so change. Now we go here, right? This is a very scary diagonal to be on. Your knight can't really progress anywhere forwards. They just drop back. It's a bit of an annoying move. However, I think we're fine. I think I should just bring a rook over. And then after takes, I take. And then we are kind of threatening to play like here, which is a bit scary, I think. I think rook d2 looks very scary. I think. I'm just sort of playing hope chess. Hope chess is not good, guys, but we have so much pressure here. How could this be bad? Rook d2 looks terrifying if they don't bring a rook over. So yeah, I feel quite confident. And even if they did bring a rook over, okay, they don't. Let's go rook d2 immediately. Just threatening this as quickly as humanly possible. Let's say you go here, I can take, you take, and then... Wait, what? Hang on. Can I take? They've offered me a draw. I'm not going to accept, I don't think. I think I'll decline. Takes. Takes. Takes and takes. That's not very good. Potentially, I could go here. If you take, I take. Things look a bit scary. Or I could start to bring my other rook. Yeah, I think I'll just bring my other rook. And maybe go like here and here if I can. If I can. Okay, I did sort of anticipate this. Takes, 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 takes. And then maybe I push. I think we just need to start trading because we are up material, so we should probably trade. Could maybe even go here. And then you kind of have to go here, right? Not sure. And then could I not just take? Because if you take with the bishop, I take. And if you take with the... No, because you could take with the queen. Here, you can't take. What about here, here, and here? Surely that's quite scary, right? Yeah, I think queen c1 is good. I do think queen c1 is good. Yeah, queen c1 looks pretty good. Okay. Can I not play here now? And if takes, I can take with the bishop, you can take, and then I give this check. You have to go here. Oh, it's just not clear though, is it? It's just not clear enough. I think I'm going to push. Just so there's no back rank mate, because that is quite terrifying. I don't want any back rank mate. They just put in the chat, GG's, have a great day. I hope they're not leaving. That is very kind of them. I will put in the chat, good game. Not that it's over, but they've put good game, so I feel like I need to respond. I don't want to be rude. They put a draw offer. I don't want to accept the draw, I'm sorry. I still don't want to accept a draw. They moved their king. Okay, now we're getting somewhere, I feel like. Can we give a check? Let's just give a check. Feels like the best we got right now. It does feel like the best we got. Now I'm going to play here and then push this pawn. This e-pawn is literally everything to us. It's literally everything. Though, can they go here now? No, because I then have this. Let's push the e-pawn now. If you take, then I can take my bishop, right? And that doesn't look very appetizing. Could take with the queen, which does feel a bit more forcing, but I kind of want to keep the queens on the board. But if I take the queens off the board, I feel like I'm in a pretty good position. But maybe takes, and then how do you even follow this up? I don't know. I think I'm going to take with the queen. Can we get queens off the board? And then I can play bishop b1. And just get my king as active as possible. Yeah, this is tricky. Because if they don't trade queens, I'll have queen h1 and then pick up the pawn on h2. Just to demonstrate. Let's say, I don't know, they go back here. I go here. They go here. Then I pick up this pawn. Just as an example. They might not go queen there, but I think they should just trade. I think trade... Wow. What? I didn't see this at all. Can I go here? Huh. Interesting. Here? Still? Because you can't go here, so you have to come up. And then I take the pawn, and then take your queen. I'm up 2 pawns, and I have 3 pawns that will go promote. So surely that's good, right? Surely that's good. That can't be a bad thing. If that's somehow bad, I will never play chess again. You have to play here. Now I give a check, and I'm going to take your queen. Yeah, I'm going to take your queen. Okay. Now I need to get my king active, surely. Or maybe just like push here. And then get my king active. Maybe I should have played a5 actually. I don't know. I don't know, guys. My endgames are so bad. My endgames are so bad. But I'm up 2 pawns, so like how can I really go wrong? How can I go wrong? We're just up so many pawns. Yeah, let's play here. Just in case they push, I can takes. And I can't take because of the bishop. That's okay. At least I could take once. I think I need to get my king active. Maybe I should have gone over to f8 actually. Uh-oh. Oh dear. This is quite terrifying. Now I just back up. Yeah, I think I just back up now. If you push, I would obviously just take. So maybe you need to go here before you push. I don't really know. I'm going to push and push. Yeah, let's just push again. I always have this check as well, which is good. Hang on. Yeah, give a check. Oh dear, I really hope I've not just thrown this away somehow. Let's get on the dark squares. Yeah, I think we're fine because we can get our king over. And their king is literally in no man's land, so this is good. This is good. I think I can actually just take, because if you take, I'm going to take your bishop. And then you'll push, I'll go here. You'll push, I'll take. And then you take, but I can get over in time. Right? Because of this. Yeah, I can get over in time, and that's just a winning endgame. Let's go for this. If you take, I take your bishop. Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we are fine. And if they don't take, well, then I just move back. Okay, they take the pawn. I'm going to drop back. Yeah, I'm going to drop back to defend this pawn. If they push to this, though... Okay, I'm going to play... This is so tricky. When did chess get so hard? Is this just a draw? This is just a draw, isn't it? Yeah, this is just a draw. I'm going to accept. Yep, good game. That is just a draw, isn't it? Let me see the bar. What? That wasn't a draw? Where was I meant to go? What? Oh my god, I'm just trading off this bishop, aren't I? Oh my god, I should have played on. Why would they play king f3? They're never going to play king f3, are they? Why is that the best move? Say, like here. Then it wants this. But then can't you just go here? And then I go here. Oh my god, guys, I can't believe I just threw that away. Oh my god, that's fine though. Guys, 2 wins and a draw, that's fine. I need to practice my endgames, clearly. Wow. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, like the video, subscribe if you are new. I'm going to see you in the next one. Goodbye.